I'm going to show you how to make a wooden hall table. I've got a discarded pallet that I'm going to reuse for a tabletop, turning our space from this to this. These are all the tools and material we'll need to make a wooden hall table. I'm going to start by cutting an angle on my legs, both top and bottom. This will give my legs a splayed effect. It makes the table more sturdy and it'll look fantastic. We'll start with my angle cut on the top. I'm going to splay my legs. I'm going to have the wider section on the top and a narrower section on the bottom. I'm going to measure, mark and cut this. Repeat this process on the other 3 legs. This pallet doesn't look like much, but we're actually going to cut between the nail lines and we're going to use these timbers as our tabletop. Don't worry right now about the look of it, but once we start sanding it, it's going to come up a treat. Before you cut any of the slats, make sure you check the underside that there's no nails sticking through. I'm going to use this plyboard as the base to my tabletop. I'm going to lay all my slats out, mark around them, and then cut to size. This piece is a little tricky, so I'm going to bring a friend in to help. Mark the location out on the plyboard for your legs. Drill pilot holes to make your legs easier to line up. And then simply just screw it in. Again, it's going to be a bit tricky, so you're going to need your friend. Our table's now taking shape. So I'm going to lay all my pallet slats down, then mix and match them with the darks and the lights. Now that I've decided on my pattern, I'm going to take them off and stack them in order, glue the surface and bring them back on and nail them down. Now our boards are secure, we'll use a circ saw and straighten both our edges. To make a border for this, measure your tabletop and transfer your measurements to your timber. We nail off our 2 sides, put a nail in on either end. Make sure as you're nailing, the table is nice and straight, taking out any bow. Now measure from miter to miter on the end pieces to get your lengths. Cut them to size and nail them in. Add a shelf in for extra stability. Measure the width between the 2 legs at the height where you want to place your shelf and rip your hardwood to size. Cut either end of your hardwood shelf at the same angle of your legs. I've used some offcuts and clamped them to the legs to position our shelf so we get it level. Putty up any holes and cracks that you don't want, and when it's dry, give it a sanding. It's looking nice and smooth now. We've used the belt sander to clear all the rough edges. We're now going to use the orbital to finish it off. You can choose to leave it as it is, or you can paint it or varnish it. We're going to give it some wax so we can get the rich color of the timbers. It's all done. It looks fantastic. Let's take it and find a place for it in our house. An old pallet repurposed into a wonderful hallway table. Taking my hallway space from this to this. Not only is it beautiful, it's functional. The extra shelf gives us extra storage place.